Hey, good morning, it's Guido. Welcome back. I got my coffee. It's time for coffee talk. Going to be a short one this time. The finest Keurig dark roast you can get. Short one. I know I always say that, but it's never short. But this one actually is. Got a lot to do today, so we're going to knock it out real quick. We're going to talk about channel news. We'll talk about missions and specials, as always. A couple subjects du jour. Actually, one interesting one. We're going to talk about a contest for a Kanonen Jagd Panzer 105. I've got two of those to give away, so stay tuned. A little bit about some map test, super test. Hold on, need some more coffee. That's better. Super test map changes, which are kind of interesting. We'll go over that a little bit. So let's get started. Grab your coffee. Well, not a whole lot of channel news. You can see that I am still grinding the 50 TP, which is the tier 9 Polish. I am at 98,000 and some change with a little bit of free experience right there. So coming along nicely. You need 166 or something. I can't read because my eyes are not good anymore. Getting old sucks. I guess you should unlock the radio at some point as well. But in any event, that's what I'm doing. Did a little bit of streaming. Not too much this week. Hopefully you get some more. Probably not this week, but next week, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, not a whole lot of channel news. Driving a few sheriff account things around and distributing gold. Let's move on. Okay, what do we got sales-wise? In the featured, we got the Primo Victoria. The 131 is back. The Fury is back. They're also packaged together, I believe. Or maybe they're not. I don't see it. I thought they were. I guess they're not. They're advertised together. As Eternal Enemies. Eternal Enemies. The Mutts is back in the shop. Once again, they've got these all mixed up weird. The Primo Victoria is here. Then there's the War Chest and the War Chest. And then there's the Tiger. And then here's a Tiger. And then there's two Furies. And then a Tiger. And then a Fury. Bottom line, if you dig down far enough, you'll find out that the Fury and the 131 are 20 bucks, $19.99 if you just want to buy them separately and not in the package. The T92 is still out. That is a really fun tank. I would call it just a fun tank. It's not a spectacular tank, but it is quite fun. Gold-wise, there's a couple discount things, all the standard stuff. Their packaging still credits. I don't have much for that. The premium account thing, you're still getting a discount on a 30-day. Well, that's actually a gold pack. Yeah. 400 gold and 30 days of premium. Bonus 400, 2,000. Actually, that's not a bad deal right there, actually. Not a bad deal right there. Vehicles. Because featured and vehicles and specials should always have the same vehicles in them. This is nothing really new right here. Nothing to add. And over to the specials that are not the featured, that are specials. The old specials that used to be featured. Same thing. Really nothing new in here. I looked around for a while. I didn't see anything that might jump out at you. That's pretty much that. Let's move on to the missions. All right, it's a ×4 experience weekend, and it actually goes to the 9th, which is Monday. It's a long weekend. Monday's a holiday in the States. So NA's got a ×4 until then, which is pretty good. K91's on track. Tournament missions, those are the things I talked about last week. That's if you're doing tourneys. Anybody doing tourneys, let me know how that's going. I've heard they've had issues with them. I haven't bothered with it. Tank Mastery, double dose of those. And then we've got the back to school thing. And also in here is a weekend mission of ramming, which is bizarre. There it is, soft landing, mattress sale. I read it. I'm not going to show it to you, but I read it on the web page. The special this weekend is a mattress sale special, and is that known for Columbus Day? Maybe Columbus Day is known as the mattress sale day in the States. I live here. I don't know that. I guess it is. And the write-up on the webpage said the annual mattress sale special. So I assume they did it last year. I don't even remember. It's kind of funny, though, because what you have to do... Where's the first one? Naturally, it's not next to the second one. Oh, you guys are killing me, man. Where is it? There it is. Okay, here's the first one. Why are they not together? I don't know. Okay, win a battle, survive, and cause damage to any enemy vehicle by ramming the indicated number of times. So you can do this 9 times. Oh, look, I already got one. Interesting. Kind of a bummer. You have to... Okay, ram and do damage, got it. But you also have to live. And win. Wait a minute, is it win? Survive, win, yes, win, survive, and ram. Getting all kinds of messages down here. That drives me a little bit batty. Anyway, the cool thing is it's only 9 times. And if you come down here, hey, look, garage slot. Okay, yeah, if you can manage in 4 days to ram 4 enemies, win the battle, and survive, seems pretty doable. I think you might do that just in the course of play and not have to adjust your play the whole bunch. But it might be at the end of the game where you're winning, you just find an enemy guy to ram before you actually shoot him. Would help you out with that. And you get a garage slot, which is pretty cool, especially for free-to-play people. Really, other than that, there's nothing else to add on the specials. Let's move on. All right, on to the first subject du jour. Super Test, Fisherman's Bay revision. This is off of the Armored Patrol. So where I got this, although it's on most of the blogs right now talking about it. I don't dig too deep into super test stuff, as you know. Stuff changes. But if I see a nugget that concerns me or I think is interesting, I'll bring it out. And in this case, it's not necessarily that they're revising Fisherman's Bay, which I think they really broke. It was actually quite decent before. It's just the idea that I don't think they're quite understanding what the problem with the map is. And I don't want to make grand assumptions about what that might be. Start calling names or any of that kind of thing. It's just, I don't get it. I can't figure it out, to be honest. I have my ideas about why it might be, but let's just look at it for a minute, because the problem is, in my opinion, with this map, what they did is they cleared out this whole. There used to be a lot of buildings along here, and you could fight down here. It was okay, but they cleared out a bunch of these buildings, and they made the approaches from the south and the north assassination lines because they put 2 big rows of bushes right up in here. And they cleared out some of these buildings. There used to be a bunch of buildings here. Notice they're showing some buildings being put back. They changed the terrain a little bit, and so now the faster mediums and lights can drive right up to these corners and then blast any heavies who are foolish enough to cut this a little close. And by a little close, I mean they don't go to the red line and drive all the way back here and then into town, right? So they really have to take a long, circuitous route to get in there. If they cut this at all, and that was always true on the old map, but it was much more dangerous to get the light because you had to expose yourself much worse up here. Why? Because there weren't assassination bushes sitting there where you simply could not be seen. You had to actually expose yourself as a light or a medium to get those lights and get a shot or two. So those were much more fleeting shots and much more difficult. And now this area is the anchor that just pretty much destroys gameplay on this entire side of the map. In addition to that, when you did get into the town on the old version, you could fight in town. You could actually fight down here, do some side scraping and some other things. Now, if you get exposed moving around in here, there are so many shots down into the town. In addition to that, because you've limited the ability to fight in these areas right here, it forces everyone into this part of the town, and then it's just a big corridor fight shooting across at each other right there, as opposed to being more dynamic where there were a couple options. Maybe the corridor fight, maybe some crossfire here, maybe some moving up along this area, or being able to push in the middle right here. But as soon as you come across the open side here from the south or into this area from the north, you're getting shot right in the side because they've cleared so many of these buildings out right here. So what's the fix? Well, it certainly isn't taking the assassination bushes out. Oh no, they didn't do that. They're going to add a couple buildings, looks like 3, I guess, right here. That will complicate some of the shots as you're taking them into the south and the north. And apparently you have added some cover here, but I looked at the video. It looks like a couple trees and a bush or 2. Really, this part here, and to a smaller extent this, and these buildings removed right here, that was your problem. You created an assassination line, you being Wargaming, created an assassination line on these bushes right here, and now we're blaming all of this terrain for that problem. Right? You created the sniper's nest, but it's not the sniper's nest that's the problem. It's the terrain around that they're shooting into. That's the problem. Again, that's my opinion. I don't understand it. Super test could be something different. I hope somebody with some sense is telling them that, you know what, this whole thing, this needs to change as well. These things need to be changed around so this fight is fun and you can get to the fight without getting wrecked. But this piece right here needs to be addressed. This sniper's nest that you've created. It's ridiculous. It really is. I don't know what you're going to do about over here. This is a silly corridor, basically down the one line right there. So the fight is sniper's nest controlling this side of the map, sometimes flexing over, and then a corridor fight over here. And that's the entire game on this map, with sometimes some heavies shooting across each other here. That's that map. So I like the old version. Old version was a lot better. Let's move on. Actually, we're going to go off script a little bit because I had a couple interesting things happen and something just reminded me about it, actually. People, as I get a little bit more known, I'll get people asking me if I want to join their clan. I even had one guy say, I like your videos or whatever. He's from one of the bigger clans, and it doesn't matter who they were, but one of the more well-known clans. And said, hey, get your damage values on your tier 10s up, and we'll get you in the clan. And I'm thinking, there is nothing I want to do less than that. And I've got other people like, hey man, why don't you join my clan, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, I'm in a clan, but this is all these are buddies of mine, friends. Some online friends, some real world friends, people that I've known for a long time. I've been in the clan for years. I actually came from I've only been in 2 total. The first clan, a bunch of these guys built Cartel, so I just went with them when they went because we were all kind of the laid back, let's just play, chit chat on Discord / TeamSpeak, whatever it is we've been using. And just kind of hang out and enjoy it. The older guys, we don't want all the drama, all that kind of mess. And every time I have somebody from one of these big clans say, hey, come join the clan, I'm just thinking, look, dude, first of all, I appreciate it, I do. That's not my point. And I'm not trying to be elitist. That's not my point either. I'm not like, oh, I'm too good for it. It's just like, I do not want to be online when you want me to. I do not want to have to be in your TeamSpeak server. I don't want to have to play pretend rank thing. And some people like that, and it's fine. That's good. Good on you. I don't want to play 8 days in a row doing clan wars because the clan insists you do that. Just the whole thing kind of wrapped up, and it is just kind of funny to me, to be quite honest. So anyway, that's the sidebar I had right there. You know what I mean? Where am I going with this? I don't know. It's just something that's been happening to me a little bit more and more as I get more well known with the YouTube channel and all that kind of thing. Clans are interesting. They are. And people can get really ate up on it. And some of the toxicity in the game is kind of generated by them. And I'm not going to go... So that sort of sounds like the evil clans and the good players are crushing the game and blah, blah, blah. That's not my point. Plenty of them are fine. And most players are probably in some of the more toxic clans. Most of the players are probably fine. But it really does seem to generate some of that angst and toxicity. Especially when people take it way too seriously. So... I don't know, I just thought that was something to riff on because I was reminded by it relatively recently and a couple times in the recent past. All right, let's move on to the last thing. All right, here it is. I said I had 2 Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105s to give away. You can see it right there in the garage with the sweet soccer camo on it. Pretty silly. Nice little TD, actually. Nice little TD, but I've got 2 to give away. The first 3 things I gave away as a CC were Pudels, and I gave those away on stream. So you are the most loyal people I've got as far as YouTube goes. I've been doing this the most, and there's more of you. So I should have probably given away 1 on YouTube, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is give both of these away for the YouTube subscribers. So what I want you to do is send me a replay. And send me the best, worst, weirdest, funniest, whatever replay that you've got. And whoever sends me a replay starting from today, the 7th, and this will go till the 14th of October. And that's actually, the 14th will be fine. And I will announce it on the next Coffee Talk, who the winners are. And just send me one of those kind of replays. And if all you have is a replay of you playing, everyone's name will go into the hat. But if it is a fantastic game or a very funny situation, you've dove off a cliff, landed on someone, tucked and rolled, and shot them coming up, which I have another video of that coming up that I've done. Make sure you put that in the description, or at least in your note to me, and let me know that that's what it is. Otherwise, just send the video and we'll take a look at it. So one of them is going to be just a random pull from whatever. When I say video, I mean replay. I don't really need videos. Just send me replay links to wattreplays.eu. Upload it to that, send me the link. One of them will be that category of funniest, best, worst kind of game. The other one will be just a random pull out of everyone who's sent me a replay. We'll go with that. So those will be two ways that you can win a Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105. We got two of those to give away. Lots of ways you can send that to me. You can send the link via in-game, like this kind of thing down here, the private message in-game, or instant message, whichever one that is. The forum version, which a lot of you do as well. So if you're on the NA forums, then you find my name and you can send me a private message via the forums. I guess these are instant messages, and the forums are private messages, right? Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I do check my what is it, Gmail account that is showing on the page there, so you can do it that way. And I will make sure that I check the comments on YouTube as best I can. Comments on YouTube is not the best way because I don't catch every one of them. I have quite a few now. I try to review all of them every day, but I'm starting to get enough of them that sometimes some slip through. So I don't want you to put a comment on there and a link and me to miss it. Okay, so I think the best ways are the other ones that I just talked about. But if that's the only way you know how to do it, go ahead and do it, and I'll do my level best to capture all the ones that show up on the comments section on YouTube. All right, that's it. All right, guys, like I said, real short one. I didn't even get to finish my coffee right there, but I do have some things I've got to get done today. I am out, and we will see you out there. Hey, why are you guys still here? So I have work to do. Watch this. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Get over. Tuck and roll. This has become a specialty of mine somehow. Get out of here. I got stuff to do. See ya.